Hey there, and welcome out to another video. This is the Smell of Logic channel. I am Ramona, and we're going to be reading Reddit stories today. Hopefully some of these are going to be kind of amusing. We need something kind of amusing. Hopefully it's not all too serious. It says serious responses, please, but I'm assuming not everyone will follow those orders. So the topic is, how do you cope with being ugly? Yeah, so let's just get right in here and find out. First one. Just try and accept that life isn't fair and still be the best person you can be. Try and present the best version of yourself. Do the best with what you got. Good hygiene, dress halfway decent. I try being funny. Life's easier when you can make other people laugh. Edit, for those asking how I acquired this power, I watched lots of comedy movies and learned from people like Ryan Reynolds. Also, I learned to lean into embarrassing moments instead of shying away. I just accept the fact that all people will always treat me like an inferior and just get on with my day. I don't rely on anyone or have expectations of anyone. If someone is kind or offers help when I need it, then I see it as a bonus. I improve aspects I can control, like personality. Good style, being clean, respectful, and funny is enough. Also, lift yourself up instead of thinking negatively, like I am ugly. Internalize, I am doing good, I am healthy, and I am full of life. Try to make peace with it. Focus on things that are more important and long-term, like personality and career. I ask myself to think about the people I cherish and respect the most in life, and what qualities make them so dear to me. Usually, none of these qualities involve them being physically attractive. Even in romantic relationships, looks don't mean as much in the long run. I've never heard someone say, this person was my best partner because he or she was good looking. What is your definition of ugly? I am sure you are attractive to someone. You just need to find them. Have hope. And they replied with, I don't know. I mean, it's subjective. Like there are times when I'm confident in the way I look, and then there are times when I think I'm low-key and a lot uglier than I like to think. Most people go through that, I want to say. By not thinking I am ugly, I am beautiful because I am beautiful. I don't cope with it. I just take it. I'm pretty, but I have a horrid personality. Seriously, not funny, attacking, aggressive. So I work at being as hot as possible because my attitude is God help me and save me. But there was a time when I was ugly, and honestly, I was always delusional. I always thought I was great, even when I looked like a rat. I thought there was no one quite like me. Mom always told me I was pretty. I mean, she was wrong. Laugh out loud. It's all about perspective. If you're positive, nice, faithful, loyal, even if you're not attractive, you will raise your overall attractiveness level because you are looked on as a whole person and not just a certain part. If you're ugly, plus depressed and down, constantly negative and complaining, etc., you will have to be a person to avoid. So, my advice is, work on becoming the best version of yourself, and when you work on yourself, you'll feel better and will have less time to complain. You have things you can change versus the things that are out of your control. So work on the things you can influence and live life as best as you can. You can do anything. Just don't let your mind decide what's possible. Beauty is important, or beauty is one important factor in life, and apparently nature has not blessed me so much, maybe a 5 out of 10. But there are other things about you. Maybe you are smart. Maybe you are funny. Maybe you are cozy. Maybe you have fun hobbies. Maybe you just, a lot. Whatever it is, be proud of it and like yourself for it, because in the end, you are the only person you truly have. Aging and becoming less attractive or unattractive has been much easier with a loving partner. I just can't imagine going back into the dating market without losing weight and building muscle. You young? If so, you might actually turn out smoking hot later. Happens to many people. If you're at an age already, just improve everything within your control. Don't keep thinking about how ugly others think you are. Only one time strangers will judge you for your looks. People stay around will judge you on how you yourself perceive your shortcomings. Changing my habits and bringing out the genetic face potential. Lots of makeup. As a dude, I wouldn't say I'm ugly, but I'm pretty far from handsome, and lifting weights helps a lot. I can lift you over my head and still eat pizza or tacos after. That tends to have an equal, if not better, effect than being handsome. Why would you cope with being ugly? Beauty is a thing that changes from person to person. I don't give much about these scales, but a 10-10 would be a 4-10 for someone else and the other way around. Keep up your hygiene and don't be an ass. That alone boosts you way up. Change your perception. Love yourself and be the best version of yourself. It has a positive side. If people choose to hang out with you, they aren't faking it. Also, we tend to know why is an unknown person approaching me. Try to make the best out of what you have, at least. Learn makeup even if you're a guy. Use it to make your jawline appear sharper and add contrast. Take care of your hygiene and hair. Try to have good style, and even if you seem ugly, then at least you know you're well taken care of. I wasn't always ugly. I used to be pretty. I was young, thin, and I know I was attractive because I constantly had people approaching me. After having kids, I gained a lot of weight. Postpartum depression hit me hard. Depression changed how I looked too, and I noticed the difference in how I was treated. At first, it hurt my feelings and upset me. When I smiled, nobody smiled back like they did when I was pretty. When I joked, nobody laughed, unlike how they did when I was pretty. When I spoke, nobody listened, but they used to listen when I was pretty. But then, I realized something. I no longer had strange men cornering me in the grocery store to ask if I had a boyfriend, then absolutely tormenting me with questions when I said yes. I no longer had strange men following me home because I smiled at them at my customer service job. I no longer had strange men flirting with me. I no longer had strange men talking to me, period. When a man would come up to me with something, I always felt scared. What did he want in return? Would he snap and be angry if I refused him? But no longer. The only men who approach me now are actually good men who want nothing in return for kindness, men who don't think they're in a relationship just because I spoke to them about life or feelings, men who respect my autonomy and personhood. It's a small pool, don't get me wrong, but those are the only men who approach me now. When I tell you the sigh of relief I sighed upon this realization. Now I'm happy that I'm ugly. I even struggle with losing weight because I don't really want to. I don't want to be attractive again. It wasn't something that ever felt safe or comfortable. I felt constantly like prey that was being hunted. I feel safe now, and I don't know. It's just better. I feel ugly. Some people say I am pretty. I just don't care, and being pretty hasn't helped me at all, so I guess it is a matter of attitude. It doesn't affect me. Being ugly is inconvenient only for the people who look at me. I don't think anyone's ugly per se. As others have said, hygiene, personality, and perhaps even plastic surgery, plus going to the gym and taking care of your nutrition will go a long way. Giving up to be helpful because it did away with a lot of unmet hopes. It's still frustrating and lonely, which is the source of a lot of bitterness. In the end, I guess I don't really cope with it all that well. No one is ugly. We are all different. As we get older, our face and body changes. Some things we can control and others we cannot. When I see people who are struggling with cancer and our vets struggle when they come home from physical or mental problems or both, be happy and accept who you are and help others who are struggling with the same thing. Become successful, then it won't matter. Remember that everyone is attracted to someone, and no one is attractive to everyone. Realizing I won't have kids, so I spoil myself. Makeup and being delusional. Jokes aside, try to be well groomed. Maintain good hygiene. Good-looking people can get away with it. We can't. Oh, and be healthy. Smile and wave. It is what it is. Well, being ugly is advantageous in many ways. You know, when a girl looks at your group and smiles and your friends fight over who she is smiling at, you can just chill knowing that it is not you. You can also slip and slide and do some stuff without being noticed. If you truly accept it, then it's liberating. You become your true self. Self-conscious, gone, and no matter what you do, you look ugly, so why not dress up, groom, and the way you like it, rather than trying to please others? Anxiety, as in relation to talking to others or even romantic sexual interests, gone, because it is certain that they won't be attracted to you, so why not be comfortable when talking to them rather than trying some gimmick? And even if you do and fail, no worries. You had to use it because there is nothing else in your arsenal. If you're someone who wants to stay lonely and enjoy your peace, then being ugly is best. Luckily, I'm not ugly. I'm not good looking either, just plain, and I'm okay with that. I simply stopped caring. You can't have everything in life. If you have money, maybe you can get plastic surgery. Money is the absolute best way to cope with being ugly. You can look like Rocky Dennis, but if you have $1 million, there's infinite amount of beautiful women that'll want to be with you. And you can also get plastic surgery, hire a personal trainer, buy anything you want that'll make you forget that you are not attractive. It may sound superficial, but you are dealt a bad hand in the genetic department. Why not get your money up and live a way happier life? Find yourself a good career, and in 2 or 3 years, you'll be a way happier man. There is no rational process for things like this, and there is a trick. You need to grow up and appreciate people that can look at your ugly ass and still see beyond your ugly cover. One big thing to keep in mind is that you might be lacking self-esteem. If you are obsessed with others judging you, you need to be like an oak and have some dignity and appreciate the good parts in you. You should be more worried about projecting things you want to in a partner. Just because someone looks attractive and you want to have them physically, they might be pretty but make you miserable. I felt like I was ugly for most of my life, acne and bad facial features, but now at times I feel I'm attractive. But then older age and wrinkles start to subtract from my looks. Better nutrition, eat a variety of healthy foods, and sleep better. Try to stay away from electronic devices during bedtime. Might help. Some supplements might help, although don't take too much, as that might be bad for your health and cause kidney stones. I take supplements like curcumin, I think that's what it had, once a week, or a vitamin C once every 4 days. At times, when I thought I looked better, but I'm not sure if that was just my imagination or actually, now that I'm older, I might actually do this less. I still self-pleasure. Maybe I don't orgasm as often and look better. Try to love yourself and find yourself as attractive as you are. I don't feel ashamed for pleasuring yourself or finding yourself attractive in some ways. Your perception of what is attractive or not could change over time. I don't know. Ugly is defined by more than just good looks. Confidence and being funny. I get that it isn't always enough info to cope with what you're going to find yourself going through. Confidence-wise, I've repeated in my head, fake it till you make it, until it worked out, and comedy is subjective, and even if you will say something funny, if you have a sloppy delivery, then it still sucks. An overall tip would be to just own it and stay true to yourself, and you'll have nothing to prove for those who would see to treat you worse. Be confident. A lot of unattractive people become extremely attractive when they're confident, when they know who they are. I work out and stick to my hobbies. I'm okay with being a physically fit 3 who has things I enjoy doing in my free time. Honestly, I try not to think about it too much, although every now and again I cross paths with very beautiful people, and I'm suddenly reminded. Just keep seducing them until one of them falls in love with you. I just accept it and move on. I bet you're not even as ugly as you think you are. If you feel that way, get as far away from those who make you feel like you're ugly. Let your personality shine, and people would see the beauty in you. If you get used to it, it's almost like everything else sooner or later. Highly subjective. Most Asian females who appear to partner with an old white guy is considered generally ugly, and yet hordes of these oldies find them attractive. There's always someone out there that will find you attractive, externally or internally. Start a gang with other ugly people. When normal, good-looking people act rude with you or your fellow gang members, your response can be, "Things are about to get ugly." F being funny and shit. What the F is wrong with any of you all mentally? Just be who you fucking are, and bro, as a man, the only thing you need to worry about is money. Character-wise, everyone should work on that if they are dumb or too shallow. You ain't need to be a clown, 'cause you ain't good-looking, bro. But who you like and comfortable to be. You live for you. You change the things that you can change. Crooked or yellow teeth? Get braces, and at the very least, start brushing 2 or 3 times a day. Start working on your physique by doing things like going to the gym and choosing active sports, or both, so you can get lean and muscular. Start taking skincare and overall hygiene seriously. It's easier to feel sorry for yourself than it is to take matters into your own hands. But once you start to make a habit, you'll see how much better you're going to feel. Alternatively, you can go to a psychiatrist to work on your insecurities. I just have confidence that I am not. I find the music that makes you feel like you can run through a wall and either lift some weights or some intense physical exercise consistently and become a beast of a human. Most is you become fit and mentally disciplined all in one, and after a while you really don't care about impressing people with looks anymore. Millions of ugly and hot people have died already, and so we will spend more than 30 seconds worrying about that is a waste of time. I am well endowed. Accept it. I have a wife and kids, therefore no one cares. I pretend I'm not when talking to beautiful women. It feels good. Detach. Accepting that's who you are and focus on the other areas of life. You can find people who love and look past your looks. Besides that, be happy for small victories like you're breathing and healthy and function normally. Some have it worse, I guess. At least that's how I look at it. Acceptance and self-love. You're not ugly. You're just broke. Thank me later. I'm not ugly, but I never have liked the way that I do look. So I started working out. Made a huge difference. Now I feel about myself, how I feel about myself and how others see me. If it's only the looks, you're able to compensate by personality. If it's about hygiene, do something about that. There's no excuse for being a filthy slob. If that's about your personality, well, I guess you better go into the woods and never come out again. Focus on culture, be funny, and your personality. Denial and acceptance, not sure. Just try to think about it too much. Don't try not to think about it too much to keep my confidence up, which is a much more attractive attribute anyway. Understand that it doesn't mean your future is written out for you and it's tragic. It actually doesn't really mean anything at all. Ugly people date, fall in love, and get laid all the time. Ugly people have friends who love them and fulfill social lives. Ugly people have fun and go on adventures. Just take care of yourself and make the best of the cards you've been dealt. There's a lot of opportunities out there for you. I think we're going to end it with that because most of these are, good advice. Some are funny, some are serious. But, yeah, some good advice, some funny advice, but basically the same advice. Take care of yourself, learn to love yourself, and work with what you got, which I think pretty much everyone has to do at some point in their lives. Just work with what you got. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching. I'm putting out a whole bunch of coloring books on Amazon.com, one a week. So if you're into that or you know someone who is, go take a look over there. Purchase one. I try to keep them as low priced as I possibly can. Don't really make anything off of them, but that's okay. Just like to make them, and it's a creative outlet, and sometimes that's what you need. So anyway, thank you again for all the subscribers and for people who like and watch and listen and share and comment. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. There's a whole bunch more on the channel, so go check them out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, and bye.